Welcome to the clubhouse, warriors. What up, what up, what up? Come on in. It's time to start kicking back. It looks like the Zulu Anaya situation is finally over. And it's my job to give you guys that final nail in the coffin of this story. The band has dropped an official statement on the matter, and today we're going to be diving into it. But before we do, hey, hi, hello, my name is Dan Frampton. Likes and subs, let's go. Okay, no more messing around. Let's get to the update. A couple weeks haven't been too good for our friend Anaya in the band Zulu. If you're here in chat, you've probably watched my first video about the allegations that he was that were levied against him, and then his response to it. Now, the allegations were highly detailed. There was a very, very detailed account of an event that allegedly happened. Very detailed, like extremely detailed. Anaya Lee, the singer of Zulu, who those allegations were levied against, came on the very next day with his response, or maybe even later that day, very hastily shot this thing together. You know, when it was clear that the person that made the allegations mulled over it for quite some time before making the allegations public. But Anaya Rashid Muhammad, as he's now known, got his statement out really, really quickly. And in that statement, I made a video about it, criticizing it, saying, maybe you shouldn't be hiding behind religion like that. It's kind of like, hey, I'm a religious guy over here, wouldn't do bad things. Meanwhile, out there in the real world, religious people, all sorts of people, not just religious people, but that's not really an excuse or doesn't really take away from the bad things that people are doing. Like, okay, yeah, those are the values of your religion. You didn't do it. You're allegedly not doing the thing. Okay, but fine, no big deal. Then he's like, I want to have this conversation. I want to talk about all this stuff. It's really important to me. Comments turned off. Okay, that's sending a big old mixed signal over here. But then my biggest problem with Anaya's response was that he did not talk about that highly detailed account that I was just telling you all about. He didn't talk about anything that was in the actual allegation. Nothing. None of the specifics, they were all left out. That's where my videos were. Now, as far as the updates are concerned, Zulu were out on a tour and they had 4 dates left. The promoters who were booking them canceled all those dates. The band distanced themselves from Anaya by unfollowing him, and now, as of 15 hours ago, the band Zulu issued this statement regarding their former singer. That's right, their former singer. It is official now. We are aware of the allegations brought forth against Anaya. We stand in solidarity with all the people who are victims of abuse and condemn the mistreatment of those vulnerable in our communities. Our hearts go out to everyone who has experienced any form of physical, emotional, or any other act that caused harm and taking their agency away from them. All right, solid start, very solid start. Other members of Zulu have separated ourselves from Anaya and will no longer be working with him or performing with him in any capacity. Now, before any of these band members were in Zulu, the only member of Zulu was Anaya. He wrote, recorded all the initial demos for Zulu, and then kind of like staffed the roster of musicians for his band, And then they went out there and were relatively successful, They were a little bit awkward on stage and never really rose to like the headliner spot. They were never really doing their own tours kind of thing. Maybe a little bit, but they weren't really that band, But they were really carving out their own little spot in the scene. The statement continues. We want to acknowledge the allegations were never disclosed to us prior and were immediately concerned reading the detailed account. Jumping back out, they themselves kind of admit that they know that it was a detailed account, because it very much was. Them including that is actually kind of bonus points for me right now for them. Well, not for them, sorry, for this statement. We were aware there were unresolved issues between the parties involved, but not the nature of the allegations. Fair enough. In regards to our previous drummer's posts, while he was filling in on tour with us, he did not disclose knowledge of these allegations other than what we understood to be issues surrounding their relationship. He ultimately did not play with us because of confusion over scheduling. So then they're contesting the whole drummer thing here as well. So now there's he said, she said, and they said all about the drummer. So there are still questions. Certainly doesn't clear up everything, not by a long shot, actually. Then the statement concludes with the following. We understand that this has been extremely upsetting and disappointing to anyone who supported this band, its message, and what we represented. Upon our return home, we have withdrawn from the scheduled performances and will officially be putting this project on pause. So Zulu is no longer Zulu. These members are no longer playing with Anaya, and I think that they're going to go on and find their own kind of like creative projects. And they were really out there doing their thing. Those connections were made. So I think that the band will be fine. I think that the members will find projects in the community. They will find other bands to play with. But that's just me speculating. I don't know 100% for sure. And to get like rocked like this must suck so much because there was momentum there, because there was a name there. Building a name in any scene is hard to do, you know, in any sort of like creative artistic venture. Like carving out your own little specific part of that is no easy task. It's a tall order, and they were successfully doing it. And now the rug has just been pulled out from underneath every single one of them, and now they got to kind of start from scratch again. So there it is. That's where the Zulu situation is for now. It seems to be over. It's a sad, shocking end to this band, but when you're into this style of music, it's just like, oh, I guess another one down. I wish nothing but hope and healing to everybody affected by this situation. If you're watching this video within the first 3 hours that it comes out, not only are you in 3 Hour Gang, that means I'm also live on this channel right now. Drop by the stream this very moment to say what's up. Okay, I'll see you there. Go over to the live stream right now. Warriors, it's time to ride.